Boogie 2988. I'm sure that you guys have heard of him. He's a OG YouTuber. I have to say that I saw his documentary and I never want to be this guy. But not only do I not want to be this guy, I thought that a lot of his lifestyle choices were very interesting, and I kind of want to go ahead and talk about them. But before I do, I just want to go ahead and just give a quick shout out to the director of this documentary, Mike Klum. Go ahead, check out his video. I highly recommend it. It's a great watch. No, for reals, please do give him a watch, because halfway through this documentary, he needed to take a break because the mood was overwhelmingly depressive. Only a deep sea fish can live under those immense pressures, and you're gonna see what I'm talking about. So what better way to start off this video than to talk about Boogie's philosophy on like offensive words and terms?
The N-word is just a word. If you guys left and these cameras weren't rolling and I was sitting here alone in the dark and I said the N-word, there's no magic power to it.
What? Swear. And here I thought that if you say the N-word 3 times and you wave your hand around a hat, a rabbit will pop out. But I like what happens next. Mike is like, oh, you know what? It makes a lot of sense, but hang on a second, okay? Just for safety reasons, do you mind if you say it?
So say it. Oh, no, I'm not going to say it on camera where it could hurt somebody.
Boogie, be honest with me. When you count, do you also increase your volume?
I like offensive humor. I like dark jokes. I say up shit. I think the darker something is, the more important it is to make jokes about it.
Boogie, I hate to break this to you, but that's a non sequitur, which essentially means a conclusion or statement that does not logically follow from the previous argument or statement. Boogie is talking about 2 different things here. He's talking about the power of words, right? Because he said that words don't, there's nothing magical about the N-word. And then he's talking about how offensive humor must be spoken because it's important. 2 different topics for 2 different discussions. Now, you guys already know where I stand with words, okay? I know for a fact that words have power. If someone says the N-word and there is no one around to hear it, does it have meaning? Obviously, if no one's around to hear it, it doesn't mean anything. Essentially, what I'm trying to say is, Boogie, if you're gonna say the N-word in your own time, just make sure that no one records you, because if someone records you and they post that on Twitter, people are going to come after you, man. And the other thing that Boogie talked about was offensive humor, that it's important that we make offensive humor, that we tell it. And to a degree, I agree. It depends on the context, just like the power of words. If a white person goes up to a Mexican and asks the Mexican, do you know how to parallel park a donkey? There's a lot of ways that that could be interpreted. And I'm sure that the one way that most Mexicans are going to interpret that is, oh, this person is attempting to be offensive towards me. He's trying to offend me. I don't want to say anything because I don't want to accidentally or inadvertently escalate the situation. But if we know who this person is and we know that this person likes to joke around in that kind of manner, then I think that that joke is appropriate. That Mexican could potentially respond with, yes, we know how to parallel park. We just pull the donkey's right ear backwards and we'll go in reverse. We even have insurance in case we crash our donkey. You know, there's no offense taken. They understand the situation. And lastly, I want to go ahead and talk about this segment, because when I watched this segment for the first time, I had a brain fart and it smelled like math.
Not everything is bad. I've got at least one good thing going on. Can I show you? Sure. So this is Desi.
What? Subtract 9, you know. That's 29. I'm just kidding. They had the answer there. I cheated. I know. I'm sorry. But seriously speaking, this is one of the things that I wanted to talk about, specifically the age gap. Now, as you guys know, I don't exactly have a lot of problems with the age gap. However, there are some provisions that I feel are absolutely mandatory when you're entering a relationship such as this one. The first one is that both people should consult their parties, most definitely, because these people are the closest to you and they're the ones who are probably going to have the most issue with what's going on in your relationship. I don't think that you should completely disregard your family's and your friends' opinion about the guy that you're dating, especially somebody that has an age gap like Boogie's. And the same thing applies for Boogie as well, because believe it or not, these are the people that are going to stick around you whether you are in that relationship or not. And if you are in that relationship and have a problem with it, that's an obstacle that you're going to consistently come across every single time you meet your friend. Now, there are many more provisions, but to keep the video short, I'm gonna go ahead and bring up the most important provision I think that someone needs to have in order to make this relationship even work. And that's intelligence. I think that a person who's gonna participate in a relationship like this, an age gap relationship, needs to have an incredible amount of intelligence. Like, for instance, I want you guys to take a look at this, and I want you guys to tell me if this person has the intelligence to navigate a relationship such as this one.
If I die in the next 2 or 3 years on her, that's just going to ruin her life. I really want you to understand how actually sick I am. Like, I don't know if you actually get it, but this is my health summary. This is everything that's currently wrong with me. My risk for stroke or heart attack is astronomical. I am essentially a walking time bomb. And I'm so fucking sorry for that.
Does this person sound like someone who has the intelligence to navigate a relationship like that? Because everything he just said there was absolutely depressing. And when I talk about intelligence, I'm not trying to say that Boogie is stupid. It's just that he doesn't understand what he's saying. He doesn't understand the effect of what his rhetoric could potentially do to this girl or even their relationship. There's this linguistic device by the name of antennagoge, which takes a negative statement and potentially turns it into a positive spin. And if you use antennagoge, that could potentially help your relationship tenfold. Because when you listen to Boogie, it was just negative, 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 negative. I just want you to see all of the problems that I have. But if he was to turn it into a positive, such as, I want you to realize just how many problems I have. Goes through all the list, right? And then he uses antennagoge. But now that you're here together, now we have all of these obstacles that we can fight, and has given me hope to want to fight. And for sure that's affecting Desiree, which is Boogie's girlfriend. Now, of course, you don't want to be positive all the time. I think that to a certain degree, you need realism. And I think that Boogie is definitely feeding her the realism, but there is no hope in what he's saying though. There is no positive and it's just all negative, you know? So yeah, I just kind of wanted to just leave it there. I really want to know what you guys think about all of this. Go watch the documentary. Stop watching my video already. Stop. Okay, you probably haven't stopped. If you have something to say about this or disagree with what I say, go ahead and leave it in the comment section below. Anyways, just prepare for the bath of depression that you're going to be taking. It's a very cold one. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and leave it there. That's all I have for you guys. And yeah, hopefully you guys learned something today.